Welcome back to Alcohol Content. What's going on? We are here to review some whiskey. But before we get on into that, who are we drinking with? We got Ryan.
Well, how do you do?
Hey ho.
Hey ho.
We got Rick.
How you doing?
And you got me, Austin. And today we are going a little old.
Oh, very old.
Very old. So, boys, take it away.
We got some, seriously, I'm super excited. We have some old Overholt 114 proof.
Oh.
Rye whiskey, American rye whiskey. I love it. The bottle's ugly.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, boy. It's sort
Old
of like,
school.
it's sort of
Old
like
school.
the best foods at places where the waitress have dirty ankles. You know what I mean? It's like, so old Overholt's a Jim Beam product. Jim Beam bought them in 1987. However, here's the deal. They claim to be old Overholt in name, even though they've changed who owns them. The oldest, longest running American distillery since 1810.
Oh.
And as a matter of fact, this 114 proof, it came out as a 210th anniversary to 1810. So it came out in 2020. And so,
But it's a mainstay now, right?
it is a mainstay. And I know right now old Overholt has a 10-year, cast strength out that costs about $100. We have not had that. I'd love to try that. However, the beauty of this is it's 114 proof and it's $32.
Oh,
$32, folks.
$32.
So I see the 114 proof. That is not something that's like too common, but what it brings to mind is the whatchamacallit, the
Old Granddad.
So it's the battle of the old boys.
And Jim Beam owns them too. So it's not an accident that's 114 proof. So
this is essentially the 114 proof rye that's just to kind of counterbalance the old
No, exactly.
Granddad.
And they also have the old Overholt has a bottled bond, which Granddad, which is fire. I mean, we like that too.
Yeah.
But we hadn't had the 114 and we saw it at a particular store and perhaps bought it off the shelf, bought everything they had at $32 and so old Granddad 114 is like $30 also. So it really is sort of matching. Now it's said it's undisclosed mash bill, but they say it's sort of a typical barely legal rye. They think 50-some%.
I'm kind of
rye.
since it's all Jim Beam, I'm a fan of it. Just like of it being different brands, quote unquote brands.
The whole Buffalo Trace shtick too.
But it's like, oh, this is the rye, which is going to be old Overholt, and then this is going to be our bourbon.
I mean, being so old, they should keep the branding.
And I think so it's been around for a long time. And in 1960, it was the only distributed American rye in the 60s, old Overholt.
Wow.
So pretty cool. I think even the Treasury Secretary of the United States, Andrew Mellon, back in the day, owned old Overholt. And that's why it didn't close.
Okay.
So
That'll
anyway,
do it.
yeah, that'll do it.
Some crony capitalism there, folks. Hey, wink.
Anyway, so I mean, the bottle honestly is
Too big
ugly.
to fail.
Yeah.
It's ugly, but I tell you what, a barely legal rye. So I'm going to argue people that don't like rye might even like this because it's,
I mean, the regular old Overholt is fantastic.
Yeah.
And I believe, haven't we tried that on an episode?
Yeah, we've done
an
it.
older one.
It actually was on our kind of larger episode we did of multiple ryes, I think.
Yeah.
Is that the bottled and bond that you're talking about? Because I think they have an 86 proof. Whatever old Granddad has, they match them with
We've
the
done
proof.
at least one of them on the pod before.
Yeah.
And I know we've had both of them.
I'll find it and we'll link it.
But regular old Overholt, fantastic. The 86 proof, the 100 proof, even better.
Yeah. And we're about to
And
find
now
out.
the 114, which I will mention with old Granddad, I like the bottled and bond better than the 114.
Yes, you do.
No.
And it depends on the day for me.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, right off the bat, 114 proof. This ain't burning my nose. It's pretty mild in terms of proof.
Yeah.
So
What are you getting? What are you picking
I
up?
get some richer caramel and a little bit of floral that kind of goes into a clay note.
Really? That's interesting. I definitely get some floral. I get some like ginger. Like a spice, a ginger. So not warming spices like cinnamon, but I get a ginger and some caramel, little vanilla.
Maybe a little white
orange,
pepper.
Orange, little white pepper, orange.
White paper.
White paper.
Little white
paper. Yes, when it's white, you have to pronounce it differently, right?
White
it's like,
paper.
Yeah,
White.
yeah.
I mean, it's pretty classic, but it's lush. It has lots of the classic
without being
notes.
assaulting.
Yeah, and in terms of rye, it definitely is coming off as a barely legal rye. Maybe a little bit of spice.
Yeah,
but I mean,
little floral, little spice, but nothing
there's
crazy.
a lot of richness. Yeah, rounded richness, caramel richness.
I think the floral is really the thing that's making it seem like a rye. But I don't know if I'd be able to pick it out as a rye if
just blindly.
Yeah, if it was blind.
Yeah. I don't disagree with that.
On the taste, you can.
Yeah,
for sure.
Right. Diving in.
It definitely feels like a rye.
What do you got going on the taste? I haven't tried it yet.
The spice comes through a lot more. And the floral. I mean, both those are way more pronounced than on the nose.
Ooh, and the aftertaste is just rye.
Yeah.
Wow.
God, that's good.
Wow. Okay. $30.
That's good, man.
This is a full-bodied alcohol here.
Ooh, it keeps giving too.
Yeah. Got a little burn going on,
a little Kentucky Hug, but it keeps giving.
Interesting.
The flavor profile keeps.
Jim Beam come in hot with another 114.
I mean, I get at the far end, I get like a little cigar box type stuff going on, like horse saddle cigar box. But I mean, that's after the rich caramel. I get a little orange zest on the taste. I still get a little of that ginger. I keep saying ginger for some of the spice. There could be a little oak spice.
Get ginger.
By the way, it's 4 years old. So it's their bottled and bond is 4 years old. I think this is 4 years old too. I'm not sure if they say it. Yeah, aged 4 years, so they say that. And
damn, this is a really fun bottle.
Yeah,
this is a good mix of since it's a barely legal rye, but they somehow bring in the rye almost completely. It's just more of the mixer kind of rye, something a little bit more peppery, but this brings in a lot of that deep sweetness as well. But this is a balanced bottle.
It is.
You're going on a little bit of a roller coaster.
It's an experience too. To use your words before.
Yeah.
And truthfully, the second sip, there's a little mid to back palate where a little touch of mint shows up for me on the second sip. It did for me. It's quickly overshadowed, but there's a little mint for me, which is fairly typical of some ryes.
Mm-hmm. Damn.
That is good. I will say, okay, here's my hot take.
Woo!
I think I would rather have this than the Old Granddad 114.
Oh, really?
Mm-hmm. I think this is more balanced and put together than the 114 Old Granddad. As far as this versus the Bottled and Bond, though, I think it depends on the day.
Yeah.
Because the Bottled and Bond is a little easier. Obviously, it's not quite as punchy.
Yeah.
And to me, I think if you're just having a casual drink, casual dram, the Bottled and Bond might be a better one. This is a little more like it's going to punch you in the face a little bit. Honestly, I have used this for whiskey cocktails, and because it's punchier, it works really well.
Yeah.
So this is, I mean, if you want to use it in a cocktail, this is pretty awesome.
It's definitely building on my tongue as I drink it. So I definitely agree where it's not as easy to drink as the Bottled and Bond for sure.
Yeah, but both excellent.
Yeah.
I mean,
yeah. There's for a $30, $32 bottle of rye bourbon, there's quite a bit going on.
Is this something that you can find?
I hadn't got the Bottled and Bond really easily and hadn't seen this, knew that it existed, read about it, and then happened to walk into a liquor store and whatever they had on the shelf isn't on the shelf anymore. Because I wasn't sure because I hadn't seen it around. Yeah. Now, again, everything is, I mean, you know how it is. I couldn't tell you if this is easy to get nationwide or not. It hasn't been super easy here until I walked into a particular liquor store and they were all dusty on the shelf. And I bought them out.
Yeah, I think in some markets it's very common, and then in others it just isn't there. So,
but if you can get your hands on it,
I would. This is 114%. This is a thumbs up. Thumbs up, people.
For $30.
And that's what I'm saying. I'd love to taste the old Overholt 10-year, which is fairly recently come out.
Yeah.
But again, that's a $100 bottle. I still want it.
That's a big jump.
I'd buy it in a heartbeat if I saw it. I just haven't seen it in the wild yet. But this, I'm telling you, This drink's like a more expensive.
Yeah.
Old fashioned would be great for it.
Yes.
Paper plane, people, great for it.
What's a paper plane? What did Boeing make that?
No, it doesn't fall apart.
The old Boeing special.
No, that drink holds together. But paper plane is bourbon or rye with Amaro Nonino, or you can substitute Amaro Montenegro, which I like, and then Aperol and lemon juice.
That's a lot of big words. I'm just going to stick with just old Overholt.
Those are all, I mean, Amaro and Aperol are very common cocktail ingredients, and then lemon juice, obviously. So it's actually a pretty simple drink, but it's oh so good. And this works very well in it.
Yeah.
Well, it works pretty well. Just
I'm
like
pretty sure I made you
too.
one at some
Yeah, I
point.
know.
You
It's
drunk
good.
bastard.
It's good. That's what they call me. It's about being that level all the time. It really chills you out.
Maybe you should come out
Hey,
with a
been
whiskey
there,
called
brother.
that, right? A whiskey instead of Old Overholt.
Yeah, drunk bastard.
But long story short,
Boom.
it's a great bottle. All the old Overholts are great. Buy them. Any of them. If you want to make cocktails or just have a good rye whiskey that's not expensive to put on your shelf. Perfect.
All right. Ryan, take us away.
Listen here, folks. You like the episode, which means you like the episode.
Oh, yeah.
You subscribe if you want to see some more. We're going to keep putting them out, so keep watching. Hit the little bell thing for a notification, or ring-a-ding-ding, and share with your friends. We don't have any to share with. Friends, that is.
Yeah.
But you do.
You're our friends.
Yeah. So let's spread the word. Let's get a couple more subscribers, baby. And we'll see you next time.